Hello everyone and welcome back for Wednesday night point and click night with Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar. I think this is part 5, isn't it, of our current playthrough. This is the original PS1 version, which came out in the 90s. We have already played the director's cut. As we played for all of the Broken Sword games, the director's cut of versions 1 and 2 are all both available on the YouTubes. Which the sound effects didn't play in there. There we go. I think it's all on now. So, we left the story off last week. We had done Syria, and we had escaped from Khan, and we had returned to Nico's apartment. And next, I believe we were going back to see Andre. So let's fire this up. Oh, evening and welcome in there as well, Frodo. Hey. Just listen to Chrissy getting locked up there. Playing a vampire game. Which one of the vampire games are you up to? I think it's this one here. Hopefully, this should land us outside Nico's apartment when I click on it. Restore. Okay, let's get it over with and let's go and see Andre. So what sort of trouble has everyone been up to this evening? Oh, my phone's just buzzing. Oh, actually, yeah, it could be something funny. 1 second. No. Disappointing. I'm waiting for a really funny. Well, I should say, well, it's not technically funny. It will be amusing to me. Due to some fun today, which I will go into shortly. Yeah, crew museum, or the museum crew. What's that there? It's like a building hunting game. So not that bad. Oh, sorry, no. We're looking for like new games as well to play. I'll be going through the what do you call it? The Game Pass library. Random game night should have more random games in it. I know that at the minute I am a bit obsessed with The Hunter, which will be continuing tomorrow. Was it there went I've been in the pool. Could have done with that yesterday. It was really, really hot yesterday. It's absolutely pouring down today though. Complete opposite. I was thinking about doing a stream in the garden earlier on, and it just, it wasn't happening. How did your night out as well go the other night? Did you have a good time with your friends there? And this is Frodo. Welcome in as well there, and Smith Blue family as well there. Welcome in. Oh, I think there's Smith Blue as well. I know I mentioned like a few weeks ago. I did hop over to your channel a couple of days ago just to see if I could make any more clips, but you still had clips disabled. So at some point we'll get some clips so that we can get some nice video roll when you come in to visit. And hang on, I missed it when the chat was jumping up there. You watch scary movies. I don't normally go for much in the way of horror films. I know technically it's not a horror film, but I hope you guys have all seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I know it's more of a comedy film because it's like the inverse of a horror film. That film's brilliant. I think we're gonna have to watch that again this weekend. All right, let's go and talk to Andre. As normal, I won't talk over the dialogue so we can all hear the story, but scream if it's too quiet.
Hello, Georgie. What's with the long face?
Haven't you heard? The tripod was stolen.
No kidding.
I just don't get it. So many other treasures, and the thieves choose the tripod.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no shortage of crazies in Paris. Hey, I visited Nico's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course. Where have you been? Nicole said
Such
you
a
were
creep.
away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes, what is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In occidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
And what was it there? Oh, you saw some kittens today. You meant to go yeah, I'll get my words out. Are you still trying to pick up some your extra names for them as well? I'm still putting my vote as Tally, as in from Mass Effect. And yeah, that film it is a really good one as well. If you haven't seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, it's bound to be on one of the streaming platforms. If not, it will be well worth the expense to go and pick it up. It is a good laugh. Is she finally settled for Kiwi?
Does this lens mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, assassini, the assassins.
Oh, you've been to see the ducks as well. But thinking about getting another two girls as well myself. I've got the name for one of them, which is going to be Pie, but I don't know what to call the other one. And obviously, I can't make a selection of two new girls without having two new names ready.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
Evening, royalty. Has the tea slave prepared your hot chocolate this evening?
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
He's left you with an empty cup. Oh, that's not good enough. Chrissy, get back to work. We are currently here, royalty, with your favourite character, apparently. The creepy Andre. And I'm sure this is going to be the lead up. But surely with what we have left of the story, we must be doing the Spain or Italy bit. It's one of those countries we're going to go to next. I can never remember which one it is.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
Oh no. No royalty. Bad royalty. He sharp changed his tune though when he meets Beatrice though in Broken Sword 3.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Baby! Royalties, yeah, baby. Perfectly timed for the end of Andre's sentence. Under the weather today there, Samwise. Were you back to work again as well today?
Do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Oh, have I got to provide a doctor's note there? So I had a rough morning, but doing better. See, that's why Chrissy needs to go and make you the hot chocolate with the squirty cream in it. Don't forget the flake as well to stick in the side, Chrissy. I'll get right on that doctor's note for everybody. Supposed to be, but had to stay home. Oh, so were you being bad? You will need the doctor's note then, and play Shadow of War. It's thinking about Lord of the Rings games as well. There, it is my intention soon to play, because I never finished the Fellowship of the Ring on the original Xbox. So we are going to hook that. I'm going to hook that up because I want to play it on original hardware with the massive Duke controller. So we will be doing that at some point in the future. I'd probably say summer. We'll is when we'll get around to that. Whether or not it goes on a random game night or it may become Monday night's game for a little bit, I'm not sure. But I'll try. Which one is Shadow of War again? 2 seconds, because some of the Lord of the Rings games I get the titles mixed up. I'm going to quickly look it up. Shadow. That's not how you spell shadow. Try to remember if that's. I've got loads and loads of, like, for the Xbox, like different Lord of the Rings games from across all the different Xboxes. I can never remember which one's which. Let's see, images. I'm not sure if I've played that one. Ooh. Evening, Bog Boy. Bog Boy's got to put the kettle on for everyone. Put your orders in now. I'll keep a note of that one now. I'll just minimise that web browser window. I'll put it on my games list. There we go. Bring that back there. Okay, what were we saying there? Okay, so we've spoken to Andre. Do we think now we have the setup to be able to go to Spain or Italy, whichever one it is we go to see the next stage? To the airport. It is open for us, so we can go to the new location. I wasn't sure if we triggered the right dialogue keys to unlock it. So yeah, so it is over here that we're going. I can't remember if we went to like Italy or Spain. But what have we got here before the cutscene? Bug boy having a crash. It's his own fault. He learned how to drive from Easy Guy. It's not. Was it Shadow Wars? Is not only a story game, but once it's finished, you can raid other people's fortresses and defend your own with armies of orcs. I'm gonna have to look at it. I looked at some of the pictures there when I had like the browser open a minute ago, and I don't recognise seeing it, so I don't think I've played that one. As much as we've got stacks of Lord of the Rings games on the shelves outside, I've not played that one. Same as which is the other one? 'Cause I played the Shadow of Mordor one, isn't it? Oh, Frodo's also putting the kettle on. But I never played the sequel. I enjoyed the first one, which is another one I would like to bring onto the stream as well. Where am I going? Where am I going? Right, let's go here. I think there might be a cutscene. I'm not sure. Just George trespassing again. Okay, so that's the place where we eventually have to go.
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
Here's where we find out, because I've been trying to think what this fella's name is all week.
There was a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. If this garden was all his own work, he was more capable than he looked.
Alright, let's go another word. I know we need to, like, block his hose or something and then to break into the house.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobbart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
Have you ever seen a lens like this before?
No, senor. Never.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why?
Maybe I should use that line on one of my clients.
Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
Especially the one that contacted me today. I received a message at lunchtime from a certain hotel who hasn't been paying any of their bills since last year. Sent me a message saying, "Oh, can you put these pictures up of the new campsite that we've added to the hotel up on the website? You know, as if nothing had ever happened." So I sent them a nice reply saying that they...
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone. Sent a message saying that that their service contract that they had with me expired at the end of March. If they wanted anything else done, it would be at my full price rate, and that wouldn't do anything unless they paid all their outstanding invoices and then paid a deposit.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
For the new work.
You would not like it
As
if
in
people
the
just
full
wandered
price.
into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Previously on the Dr. Ravenholm show. So yeah, that's why I've been waiting now ever since this morning for a response from them, and strangely no response whatsoever.
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn.
There must be, I was trying to see if there was like a tap or something. Is there anything else further to the side, perhaps? Oh, I just glanced up there. That's the clip of the special gushing from the from the zombie's head that we cut off. Yeah, the director of the company doesn't like to pay his bills, unfortunately. They're Samwise. The only reason I got paid for the mass amount of money he owed me last year was because I was able to contact one of his close friends that bollocked him, because one of his close friends used to be a client of mine as well until his business went under. No, I mean, I was supposed to be doing a website for them. They also asked me to do another website in December, right, for a series of holiday villas. Because he bought a resort in Barbados, and they wanted like a website, same again, so that people could go online, they could book, book the website, like book through the website, and what have you, and pay their money and what have you, and book their villas. I set up a test server for it and everything. I got everything all prepped and ready, and I continuously asked, I need information. What facilities are in them? How many villas are there? What's in each of them? Is there a pool? Is there restaurants? What? And they wouldn't reply to any of the requests for information. The only information that I got was from like continuously, why haven't you got sorted out the domain name yet? I was like, well, you've got to choose the domain name you want, and I can just go back and talk to that idiot again. Tell me, he's got to sort out the domain. You've got to choose it, and what have you. I said, I can help you purchase it if necessary, which is not something I'm doing for them anymore ever again. At the minute, my company has paid for their hosting, their SSL, and their current domain names. Well, they haven't paid for any of those. So I've told them as well, they have to arrange to have their website transferred to their own hosting and everything like that. Once they pay me, I will release the thing, because unfortunately the hosting company will not take my company's bank card details off the account. So I need them to transfer everything out so that I can close the account. But the Barbados project, he wouldn't provide any information. So in an email I sent when his contract with me expired, was that I was going to bill him for the time that I'd spent working on it previously at my full rate. And then I was closing the project. But same again, no reply.
Hello again.
You again.
Yep, and it's a real bonus to see your smiling face, too.
It is quite tempting, and I've been also, when you're saying there, like, I can't remember who it was. One of you guys definitely suggested changing their domain so that whenever anyone goes to visit it, it goes to their competitor's website. I did look into turning off their website. However, the collections agency recommended that I didn't do anything like that at this time. Let's see if we can electrocute him.
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Was that your idea? I wasn't 100% if it was yourself that had said that, Chrissy, but yeah. Oh, at the minute, I don't even want to renew his service contract because it's not worth the energy because of the amount of grief that it causes with them not paying their bills year in, year out. So I'd rather just get a shot of him. Because I won't be renewing his... I am tempted, if they still don't pay by the time the domains come up, I am tempted to buy them back myself. like on my own like separate account. And
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
you know, selling it back to him maybe is at a ridiculous rate. Maybe we can do this with it. There's a kink in the pipe there, which is just, you know. Oh, what about this? Yeah. This must be it. This is how we get in. We put the pressure thing on there. Oh, his hose is going a canny long time with that pressure thing still on it.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
I thought he was going to go down a different line when he says his hose wasn't working. Okay, let's follow him into the house. And as I recall, we have to hide behind something so that he like passes by us, but I won't know it until we see it. It must be this one. Yeah,
The
hide
armor
behind
was
that.
about my size. I had a mental vision of putting it on and clanking off to see the Countess, with the gardener hanging hopelessly on the outside trying to stop me. Apart from being stupid and unworkable, it was a great plan.
Okay, maybe we'll go down there then. That didn't work.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
How did he miss that? and yes, because at the gardener's age there, possibly. Did we get his name? I can't remember what his name is now. Can we get up the stairs? Oh, we did get up the stairs. I wasn't sure if that was going to work there.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobbart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobbart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Lopez.
Thank
Was
you.
that his name, Chrissy?
Maybe not. Do you recognize this man?
No, I have never seen him before in my life. Who is he?
I've got a couple of names for him, but they're probably false. He's the killer.
No, His face is utterly unfamiliar.
Good. At least he hasn't been here. Yet.
Should we try the hand buzzer on the old lady?
Would you like to shake hands?
A formal bow will suffice.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobbart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobbart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks.
Just glares
Close
at
up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobbart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Now, when they're saying irregular bases, isn't this the puzzle we had loads of trouble with in the director's
Lopez,
cut?
unlock the door, por favor.
Because we couldn't click on it properly.
This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobbart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Oh, is JJ Jr. asleep?
Senor,
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
So I was asking Chrissy yesterday. I couldn't remember if Lopez was one of the ones that you drew as well. Have you done a George and Nico?
Wow. This is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Just Altar and Lopez. Ah, the great, the great Altar.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
I think we have to close the window. I know we have to light the candle because my memory is telling me the lost chess pieces inside of it or something. I know we have to burn that candle down. Oh, I clicked in the wrong
Now
spot.
what? Feeling like an idiot. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard!
What's that? The old guy with the hat. Old guy with the hat. Which part of the game was the old guy with the hat in? I'm surprised you haven't done a Andre.
The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle.
What's that? It's on your on the Instagram one. It's like every 6 months. It's like every 6 months I log into that.
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place.
Okay, let's go and have a word with her in case she has some new dialogue in here.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobbart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobbart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobbart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobbart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Here he comes.
Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobbart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobbart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Okay, so with this being the original PlayStation version, how awkward is it going to be to access the pieces?
Senor Stobbart, it fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Oh yeah. Oh right. At least they are picking up a lot easier
Maybe not.
than what they were before.
No. That is not a good idea. No.
Of course, we have no idea what the combination is.
No.
Is there an indication from any of the other bits?
Maybe not.
It's like some sort of weird chess Sudoku. Got like a face of horror on the bishop there. It's going to be like so many in the row to be everything in the... Well, I wouldn't count for this one here, would it? And yeah, there's two of those in there. Anyway, remember...
that is not a good idea.
Oh, I just realized. Remember, you try to do the mime. Should we just have to like brute force this or something? Or is this going to be like the wine bottle one where we may have to look it up? I'm not sure. That looks like aliens there, doesn't it? 2 aliens come down.
That is not a good idea.
What you saying there, Chrissy? Bishop on the top. Right, 2 seconds. Bishop on... Oh. The other two must have been swapped, okay.
Look.
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobbart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobbart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So, was there a pattern to that, Chrissy, then? Of what had to be in either of the rows? Back in Nico's apartment. Walks in on Andre.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templars' secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. Labino explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Okay. I think the burning of the candle we must have to do, because I know we returned to her later because there's something underground. So the candle one must be the next, like the next time we visit her.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the Bull's Head. That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. And that's not a crystal ball. It's the lens I found in Marib. That's the clue that led me to Spain. That's the clue that led me to the Bull's Head in Syria. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh, bugger. I forgot to click on one thing. Means we have to go back into Nico's apartment. I forgot to click on the chalice in the top row. Spin around.
Hey, Nico.
Oh, hi. Come in.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Okay, we'll head back out there now. Naughty George. Okay, let's see if there's anywhere new opened up on the map for us to go to. Right, so right down here we've got the museum. Café that we don't really need to go back to. Let's go to the museum. Show Andre the chalice and see if he can give us some clues. Because surely the bit must become where we have to make a fake key to
Hi,
get into
Andre.
somewhere.
Hello, Georgie. What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions. Does this lens mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Oh, I did that one. Okay, where should we head to next? So we'll just go around the map and see what we can find. What was this one here? Oh yeah, this place.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Pajang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Who?
Sieur Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sieur Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Oh, right, before we continue next, I don't like to interrupt the dialogue, but have a good night there, Rotate. Thank you for coming in there. We'll catch you again later on. Don't forget to get him to get you that cup of tea with hot chocolate made before you go to bed, though. And evening there, Rocky, and welcome in. What sort of mischief have you been causing today? We are continuing our point-and-click night with the original PS1 version of Broken Sword. We have got we did play through the director's cut and the rest of the series. It's all available over on the YouTubes. Yes, Chrissy, a doctor's orders. You've got to get that hot chocolate made. And if Roll demands toast, you must make the toast as well. Are you playing on? Is that one of the fishing games there, Rocky? I've got on my computer. I downloaded it last year. I put it on the stream schedule, then I wound up delaying it, and then just deleting it. Well, deleting the schedule anyway for it. But I've got the Russian Fishing 4 because it was free on Steam. I've still never given it a go. It's still downloaded. What was that there? Are you off as well there, Chrissy? Well, have a good night. And don't forget, you've got a job to do before you go to bed.
Who is this Sieur Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur.
Wow, is that the time?
And an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Yeah, he just recounted all of George's adventures so far. Or at least all of his Paris adventures. I think we're now at the point where we can go into the cathedral place. And I'm sure we'll encounter... Yeah, there he is. This is the fellow that we were missing last time, and I was getting confused as to which part we were at. So we're going to have a word with this fella here. Because I'm sure he polishes the chalice, which gives us some further information. Because we have to get into the place that we have to fabricate a key for.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind
And
if
use
I
the
ask you a
reflections
few
of the chalice.
questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Oh, before we continue, are we going to have a crash from Rocky? And guys, if you're not already following Rocky, please follow that link and go and give him some abuse when he's on live. Hop over and wind him up. Is that tractor been crashed a bit there? Looks like it's well buried in there.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Yes, Rocky. This is Broken Sword. We the way I stream every night in theme night. Wednesday night is point and click adventure night, where we play various point and click games, and we'll play, like, for example, here now playing Broken Sword. We'll play every Wednesday until we complete it, and we're probably going to actually. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name of it, but it'll probably be the next Walking Dead that will be coming in over this slot. Once we finish this one, then when we finish Walking Dead, we'll be playing Broken Sword 2, the original PlayStation 1 release, as opposed to the director's cut, which we did on stream previously. Because you can't see the full schedule over on the Discords. I see where my mouse has gone there.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
Have you ever seen anything like this lens?
No, never. The glass seems subtly colored in some way.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before. What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
The Broken Sword series, though.
Okay, thanks.
It's one of my absolute favourite series. As I said before, well, this one particular, Broken Sword 1, we used to play it like every weekend. It would be like a Saturday afternoon game when I was at school. I wouldn't mind still playing through all the other ones as well. I know we've already done them.
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Have a look at some of these. I don't know how much time we have to give him to polish up
I
that.
wondered if this guy had died in combat. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll.
Oh. I'm remembering something now.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much.
We put the lens in here and we look through it.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
I just had one of those headaches with pictures.
Hey! A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's
1314.
1314.
Okay, let's have a word with this fella then.
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, so let's have a little look at the tomb. I assume it's one of these two on the wall there when you have a go and have a rummage through.
No. It couldn't be. Could it? Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Let's go and have a word with him again. I've got a bad feeling we're going to have to go back and see
Hello
Andre.
again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
No
Catch
new
you later.
dialogue.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, maybe as we go back to the Crew Museum. Let's have one little last look through here, though.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
So there's our
Knight
burning
Templar
man.
burning at the stake, and a date.
Trying to work out which one of the window bits that could be. Like from this picture from the background. Alright, we'll head over to the museum and we'll see if Andre's got anything to add to the new things we found. So has anything got get my words up? Anyone got anything fun planned for tomorrow? What sort of chaos are you all causing? Walk past the policeman, don't draw any attention to ourselves. Just keep walking. Hey, where's the Crew Museum? Surely you must get a discount by now, the amount of times that he comes here. Alright, let's talk to this perk.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now, a bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this must be the site where the main thing I can remember is that we have to steal a key and make an impression of it. That's always what comes in my head from this next bit. And eventually we get into a room where we use the chalice and like the reflection gives us a clue. Baphomet dig site. Oh, look at the state of this bloke.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider.
You must work for the council.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, let's go downstairs now.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard.
Look at him there. It makes me, you know, like you see in the films where you have like in old hotels that would have the guy that would stand inside pressing the buttons. That's what he more reminds me of.
I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, let's try for the door.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of déjà vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Yes, because last week we had to get a toilet brush back
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
in order to get into the toilet in Syria. Oh, is it really going to make me click up here with the keys? As always with these games, I try not to talk over any of the game dialogue. It's not like the other games that we play. With this one, it's more important the story that we hear it as we go along. So we need that bar of soap, though. Is it going to let me pick it up?
A filthy wash basin hung on the wall.
Oh, there it is. Got to get that exact pixel. Okay, what else have we got here?
Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't figure I could cram a shovel in them.
I don't know, you stuck a theodolite down them the last time. And guys, for the comedy, I know I never press this button very often, but we have some George Stobbart related merchandise available. Oh, did I not put in the full link? I'll fix that later. Actually, yeah, Ada should have put the link in. Oh, hang on a second. I haven't changed the command and forgotten what it was have I? Let's go down to... Oh, I may have accidentally deleted it from Ada. Either way, later on, there'll be a link that'll come up at the end of the stream where we have the George Stobbart theodolite merchandise. That's a reference to the second one, but yeah, you can't. But just press on the thing there again. You can just make out some of them. Of course, you got the chicken base hoodie, the proud member of the Insane Society, and the one on the jacket there, of course, is the what do you call it? Is that a theodolite in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me, tops? As well, if you save up your channel points, or channel eggs as we have them on here, you can get collectible cards. We have playing cards as well, which eventually I will put the playing cards into this little slideshow thing here. Each one of the collectible cards, though, has a picture of one of my girls with a little story on the back as well, telling about each one of those, or something daft they did from each of their crazy personalities. We also have key rings as well, handmade scarves that my mum makes. Did I say the playing cards? All are available from the different variations of the channel points there. We've got window stickers as well. And the new key rings that I added just on Monday. Those are brand new. You can see pictures of them over on Discord. I will get them onto that little slideshow bit eventually. It is on my to-do list. But for now, let's take these keys and make an impression.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
And next we want to fill it with the plaster, which we've carried all the way since Ireland. Of course, it hasn't set in his pockets.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
Next, we will wet it. And dry it. Oh, that looks very wrong, what do you say? Several minutes later. Okay, so what I remember of this particular puzzle...
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Now, if you recall, the fella on the street had a tub of grey paint, which is what we're going to use to colour the plaster key, and we will swap it out for this key. It's going to be a little bit back and forth with the keys back and forth here a few times, because we can't put it on just yet, but we're going to have to give the keys back to the other fella. And as I recall, we use Nico as a distraction to get to the fella's paint upstairs. So I'll give him his keys back now, because we'll get them off him again in a minute.
Thanks. Merci, monsieur.
Although saying that, I'm not quite sure how this next bit distracts him entirely. Unless he goes upstairs to argue with the fella. Oh, hang on. Oh, I probably have to trigger it first of all. Right, hang on, it's alright. We will try and do that, and then he's going to dismiss us. Then we'll go downstairs, we'll call Nico. She can stay on the line, and we can use it to distract him.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh.
Okay, let's hop downstairs, and we'll hop on that phone. Call Nico to come and talk dirty to this bloke. I'm sure when the conversation ended, I think they were just having arguments over the phone. I'm trying to remember how the conversations went.
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Collard.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Hi, George. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
Meanwhile, this conversation is taking place. What's that? 1.5 meters at most from the card. Okay, we're going to have a word with this fella. Tell him he's got a phone call, then we can access his paint.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Definitely works for the council.
Sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her unk.
Okay, quickly, before he returns. Hope we at least shook it off.
No.
Okay, back downstairs now. Now we need to get the key off the fella again. Go into the room, swap them out. Then somehow dispose of the guard so we can get in.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why, abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
I wonder what he said to her. Let's just dial the phone again for a second.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
All right. If we can't do it then.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay. Next, we will use the key in the door. Now that we're in here, we'll use that key on that.
Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
Next, we'll give him this set of keys.
What is it?
I couldn't give him the keys. The false key looked pretty convincing, but it felt exactly like what it was. Painted plaster. He was bound to detect it. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. I couldn't imagine what I'd...
Alright, so we're beginning in case now some new dialogue may have
Hi again.
opened up.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Talk
What
to
are
you
we
later.
missing?
Au revoir, monsieur.
Was it supper time in the Shire, Frodo? Are you having something nice or are you just going out for something? Can we fiddle with this here now, do we think?
I turned the heating off.
Chicken and potatoes you're having.
Hi again.
What did we have for our tea tonight? Oh, we had sausage rolls tonight.
What is it?
Oh, previously on the Dr. Ravenholm show. That was a long stream. We did Portals 1 and 2 back to back. I think it took about 5 or so hours. Brilliant games, though. I'll definitely do that again. Play through both of them. We still need to continue the speed runs, actually, because I want to get my time. My target time is 19 minutes. I'll be happy if I can speed run Portal 1 in 19. So I've got to take off 11 minutes off my best time so far.
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Okay, so he put his gloves on now that we turned the thermostat off.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Now, how do we get rid of him? We can't talk to Nico. Oh, we can't talk to her.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys have an argument. Wait for us to get control of the mouse again, then we'll go back downstairs and open the site.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse? You refuse? I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Down we go. I'm trying to figure if we encounter here in the later games, because there is like lots of like builder type people that we do encounter. Right, let's use the key though. Get ourselves in there. This is a bit, I'm sure we look at, I see here, I'm sure this is where we put the chalice, and this forms some kind of a picture in the reflection. Try to see if there's any like other clickable points as we go. So wait for George to slide down.
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side. Now there's a familiar face. There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here.
What's that, Rocky? I remember almost everything. There is just some key puzzles that I just cannot quite remember. I remember elements of them, but not the whole thing.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
And that'd be what church in Scotland. Back in Nico's apartment.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Right, let's see if any of the bits have changed. Then we'll have a quick run through the inventory and see if there's any like new dialogue that's popped up. Got a funny feeling it's all going to be the same though.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head. That's the lens I found on Klausner's body in the bull's head. That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn. That's the clue that led me to the statue of Baphomet and the reflection in the chalice. That's the clue that led me to Spain. That's the clue that led me to the bull's head in Syria. Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No, you found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Indeed.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, George.
What's that, Frodo? Better than Rocky's. Okay, so we have done Spain, part 1. It was Spain we went to, wasn't it? Yeah, it was definitely Spain. Whatever. We kept the Countess anyway. And we have solved the mystery of the dig of the Baphomet's archaeological dig. We will leave what will be the conclusion of the game to next week, because I'm fairly confident what we have left is a larger section in Spain. Followed by a train ride into Scotland and the final church. I'm confident that is all that's left. I'm a little bit mixed up because obviously when we played this again, it was 2 years ago, because it was one of the first few games I started when I started streaming, was playing through the Broken Sword series, because I wanted to show everybody one of my favourite game series is. But we played the director's cut, and that one had so much more new content in it that I'd never seen before, because this version here that we're playing, which is the original PS1 version, is the only version of the game that I'd ever played. We also did the director's cut for Broken Sword 2, and we will be returning to Broken Sword 2 because I also have the PS1 version of that as well, like the original classic version, the theatrical cut. But for now, we will save that. Actually, I better save it here actually before I forget, otherwise I'll have to repeat everything. Let's see, stream 5? This was stream 5, isn't it? I can't remember what the title is. It's alright. We'll save that there, and then I will exit to desktop, close down the emulator. Okay, let's have a little look and see who is on that we can go and harass. There you are, it's been a couple of weeks. Let's go and see what Vault is up to. Click on here, click on there. So, tomorrow we will be returning with, if I could find Discord on one of these screens. Tomorrow it is... Scroll that out. Tomorrow we return to the Hunter. We are going to be trying, a new map to me anyway. I have not been on at all the Mississippi map, so tomorrow night we'll be exploring that for myself for the first time. I've not been on that one at all, so we'll open it up a little bit and we'll see what we can find as we go around. Probably about 4.5 to 5 hour stream, depending. We might not stay on that map, we may jump to other maps, but we'll definitely be starting off with the Mississippi one though, so we can explore that one. Go crocodile hunting apparently. Friday night we will be returning to The Witcher, where we are playing the first Witcher game, but the enhanced director's cut version. It's a hell of a mouthful of title for that one. We had to miss last week because of how ill I was, but we're back there. Episode 2 tomorrow, on Friday even. On Saturday, we have been doing the Hunter on Saturdays as well. However, this weekend, Chris is available for some Counter-Strike. So we're going to play a bit of Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike as well, it's a free-to-play game. If you guys want to join in, you're all more than welcome to jump in. And we'll have a little bit of a laugh for an evening. And then on Sunday night, we are doing our next jigsaw puzzle. And this one is called Just a Small Slice, and it's a nice little painting of some cats all gathered around a big cake. Not tried that one. Is that the Counter-Strike? It's free to play on Steam. You'll have to add us on Steam, Rocky, because I don't think you've added us on there. But on my Discord profile, it's got a link to it as well. If you're welcome to add us, and if you want to jump in and play. On Saturday night, dive in. It'll be a good laugh. We're not brilliant at the game. We only play just for the fun, So it's not like it's not like when you get like some games you get like all the tryhards and what have you. It's just just all good fun. But definitely recommend playing that one there. And I said, you guys are always welcome to jump in and play. The same as tomorrow on the Hunter. You guys, it'll be open on multiplayer, so you guys are more than welcome to jump in and explore and go hunting for the evening. I'll be during those ones. I'll be in the Discord chat down the bottom of my Discord. There's a whole set of like chats for the different games. You guys have all got access to it, so if you see me in there, jump in. You're always welcome. Okay then, let's hop over and let's go and see what Vault is doing. So I'm going to press some buttons here. I'm going to actually, maybe I'll get the right menu on my stream deck. It's always one of those little useful things. But thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for everyone coming out for another point and click night. I hope you enjoy these ones, because the Broken Sword series is one of my absolute top favourite games. The Broken Sword series right up there with likes of Mass Effect and Simon the Sorcerers. But okay, let's hop over there and we'll go see Vault. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.